I want to go across now live on the newsroom to my colleague Smita Sharma. She's been reporting live from that Parisian suburb all through the day where this siege was taking place. Smita, you've been speaking to officials in the French security establishment. What have we been able to gather about the second wave of attacks that the officials have been talking about? So the people who were hunted down in the siege today, what kind of an attack were they working on? And how soon could it have happened if this attack hadn't taken place?
Well, that's precisely what, in fact, the investigators are wanting to find out at this moment, and perhaps that's the reason why we have seen them pretty tight-lipped here in France, Rahul. You know, they really haven't come out yet with an official statement as to who was the person who was neutralized there in Saint Denis. We also know of that woman suicide bomber, but we have no clue as to about, which organization was she affiliated to. Was she directly an accomplice to the Friday carnage as well or not? And as far as Abu Aoud is concerned, though the French ambassador to India has given some speculative statements, there is no statement yet because DNA samples will have to match. Forensic evidence has been gathered from the sites, which is still in fact off limits as far as media is concerned. Those two apartments where these terrorists were holed up through the morning, they have still not been, of course, it's unlike perhaps in some other cities where in the aftermath of terror attacks in India, we have seen that media can actually get inside a house and try and get a picture. They are much more, that's not something that you see
Smita,
here.
how are Parisians coping with the fact that there are gun battles taking place in suburbs, that you could have gunmen on the loose, that in some apartment, in some locality where people are staying, there could be people wanting to just step out, heavily armed, wanting to wreak havoc? How is Paris dealing with this stress?
They are shocked, they are visibly upset, emotionally upset. Rahul, I came across women, I came across young girls who were wanting to get inside their apartments, but police had cordoned off certain areas, they had barricaded off certain lanes, so they had either to be diverted or they were asked to stay out of these apartments. Parisians could not believe that they could just wake up to the sounds of gun battle, to watch some explosions happen in their neighborhood. It was almost like some scene out of the Middle East playing out on the streets of Paris, but at the same time, they continue to remain calm. It's wonderful. It's surreal to see how the police really, put on this one single tape across the street and people obey that. They do not try and cross over. If they ask them to stay beyond a line, people do so. But there is that sense of curiosity too, and despite being asked to stay indoors, Parisians were actually taking to the streets to come and watch as to what exactly was happening in their neighborhood.
Well, there's a lot that we in the media and there's a lot that people in India too can learn from the way Paris has responded to these attacks. Smita Sharma, you've had a long day. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll keep coming back to you over the next 48 hours.
जहाँ तक याद आती रहेगी।